How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of double IPA hopeful goodness in the form of Civil Society Brewing's Eeing Green. Civil Society. This beer obviously comes courtesy of Ralph. Ralphie boy, my Civil Society Connect. He has sent me quite a few of their beers over the past couple months. And if you've watched all my reviews, there's a running theme I have with Civil Society. It's not that I don't like their beers. It's just that I feel like there's some growth to be had there. I believe they just had their second anniversary, maybe. They're a relatively new brewery, but I just want a little bit more depth, a little bit nuance, especially with the hazy stuff, which is what pretty much what they make and what Ralph sends me. So thank you very much, dude, for sending it off. And let's see what's up. Eeing Green. It's a double India Pale Ale, 9% alcohol by volume. Done and done. They don't write stories. They don't do anything else. They just have a little bit of imagery. One of the cooler cans I've gotten from these guys, to be perfectly honest. A little departure from what they've done. And I dig it. Yeah. Just hands and hops, man. But that does not suck. So, yeah. Let's crack into a sucker. See what she's got. Okay. So, we are presented with that haze, bro. A little hop thottiness going on there. Yeah, pretty rocky head on it. Seems a little bit of creamy sections to it. Pretty much white as white could be head-wise. And, she's got that kind of old-school Dole grapefruit juice thing going on looks-wise. So, definitely looks the part of Northeastern-style IPA. Let's see if the nose has. Yeah, soft tropical fruits. Even like a little bit of soft kind of like papaya, kind of like mango, kind of kiwi thing going on there is leading the day. You might get a little bit of citrus in there to kind of add a little bit to it, but it's mostly that kind of soft tropical fruit. Nothing too big though. You get that soft greeniness. The green isn't like weed or dank or this, that, and the other thing. It's just a soft kind of generic kind of greeniness to it. Maybe a little bit bigger than that. A little weediness. Not smoking weed, but pulling weeds. And there's not a big sweetness to the nose either. It's sweet. You can kind of tell just from the nose that there's some sweetness there, but it's not big. So it smells like a more kind of softer, more deft-handed kind of double IPA, which might be a good thing. Let's dive in and see what she's got. That's a tasty beer right there. Yeah, that's a tasty beer. You get this really nice, almost creamy mouthfeel to it, while at the same time getting washed with that kind of weed pulling greeniness. Almost hot burny, but stopping short of that. And it kind of coats your whole mouth. Again, I'm getting this nice kind of, again, tropical fruit-like sweetness from it. It's not overly sweet. Bittering wins the day here. It's not a super sweet. It's a sweet beer. In the grand scheme of things, it's a sweet beer. But it's coming off more bitter than sweet. But the balance is really close. And it just kind of works. It's by far and away the best double IPA, or hot poured beer I've had from Civil Society. Let's put it that way. Straight out the chute. For me, this is where I want them to go. So yeah, you have that nice, that green is really cool. Coats your whole mouth. Like it's just like a kind of powder coating of your whole mouth in that nice greeniness. And you get the kind of tropical fruit thing kind of float around there. And it's just sweet enough to stay just below that bitterness, which makes it work for me. Yeah, this is really tasty stuff, to be perfectly honest with you. Way more whole IPA-wise than what I've had from Civil Society. I've talked about it in the past with some of their beers, and this one kind of illustrates it perfectly. A lot of their beers have been missing a kind of, I've talked about personality and soul, but to break it down in a literal sense, it's lacked a kind of center to it. There's been a lot of hops, and there's been a lot of sweetness, but there's been this empty middle ground that's just kind of like, there's nothing there. It's just sweetness and hops, and that's it. This one tastes like it has a full kind of body to it throughout the whole thing. And I don't mean body as far as like mouthfeel, even though it has a nice mouthfeel. I mean the whole thing from edge to edge. If you look at a circle, it's not hollow in the center at all. There's taste throughout the whole thing. And that, to me, is pretty freaking fantastic. Listen, my exposure to Civil Society is months. Not years, months. I've had several beers. I've been lucky enough to have Ralph send me off a butt ton of them. You know, I'm probably up to almost 20 beers now. But this is far and away. Seeing some of their kind of collab stuff, they did some kind of non-hazy kind of collab stuff that I've really, really enjoyed. This, standing alone, by the way, like I said earlier, far and away, the best hop forward beer I've had from these guys. You don't really even detect that 9% in there. Yeah, that's tasty. In the hazy, hop thotty world of, you know, extra hopped double IPAs, whatever you want to call it. You know, I've talked about this in the past. I do review a lot of the hazy stuff. It's a lot of it is because people, that's what they send me. And I'm infinitely, you know, thankful that I get them sent to me. But, you know, it's not my favorite style of beer. But when it's done really well, and if it's done in a way that kind of really just makes me happy, I'm kind of on board. I'm totally on board. I'm not going to say I don't like them. And this is how I like my double IPAs askew. Or even my, you know, base IPAs. This is how I like my hazy IPAs. Let's go that way. Or hazy hop forward beers. Yeah, I could say that in 19 different ways. You know what I'm talking about. I like them to sit. It just has interesting flavors throughout the whole beer that just don't sit in one or two directions. You kind of fill and let your mouth kind of just enjoy what is really the bacon, the chocolate, the kind of visceral enjoyment that is beer nowadays, which is this big, huge, sweet double IPAs and single IPAs. And this one just does it really, really well. So, Civil Society, this thing's fucking fantastic. I want more of these, you know. But that's just me talking about what I like, so who knows. But yeah, this is absolutely fantastic beer. What else do I have to say? Nothing. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better double IPAs that I've had as of late, yes. Super delicious. Hit all the marks for me, from the way the hops present themselves, the way how the sweetness comes in play with that bitterness. And you get that kind of nice fruit-laden stuff, tropical leaning with that kind of nice bitterness, that kind of green thing that washes across your mouth with a really nice, dense but not overly turbid kind of mouthfeel to it. So all the marks, absolutely. Value and availability, don't know. It's probably what everything costs nowadays, which is $16 to $18 a 4-pack, give or take $1 or $2. And brewery only, I assume, and leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like the big hazy beers from the, you know, Trilliums of the world and your Swishes and Bissell's and all that kind of things of the world, you'll like this beer. This is not the methadone of the world. This is not, I've talked about that in the past. There's a lot of beers that are kind of like, you know, just pull enough strings to let you feel like you're drinking some of those beers. This deserves to be up there with some of the better double IPAs that are out there. So, you know, hey, it's fucking delicious. So if you like the hops, you like the haze, you like the bros, you like the thoughts, you like this. So seek it out because it's fucking delicious. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, down there, rewards and stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped. 4 of those places. Social medias go that way. That way, we got the podcasts. Podcast, brew interviews, opinion pieces, all that stuff. Beer Massif, MASSIF.com, or just your iTunes and your Stitchers and your Google Plays. You can go in there and find us and listen to me yammer with like-minded people, brewers, and all that fun stuff. So there you go. Another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully enjoying a beautiful hazy IPA like this one right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.